Hey everybody, we're doing this from the confines of my living room. As you can see, nothing on the wall except some paintings, but you can't see those. And you can see more of me, which makes, I guess, for interesting TV. So we're going to talk about this comy thing. I swear, snakes have more common sense than fucking human beings do. But yet, here we are. Watch this, guys.
Fox News Alert: Homeland Security just launched an investigation into former FBI Director James Comey for threatening to 86 President Trump. Comey posted this picture of seashells spelling out 8647, claiming he just ran into him on the beach. Comey says he knew it was a political message, but didn't know what 86 meant. Tulsi Gabbard's the director of national intelligence. Are you buying that the former FBI?
Yeah, before she answers this, because I'm just going to ask you guys, do you believe what Cuomo's saying? That he just stumbled across this message on his private beach area and didn't collect those while he was sitting there reading a book and place them in that position. Right? We're just supposed to be that stupid? And he no idea 86 meant kill somebody. 80 miles out, 6 feet deep. Even though he's gone after mafia guys who use that phrase like fangu. Okay.
FBI director didn't know what 86 Trump meant?
Absolutely not, Jesse. That is a ridiculous and insane statement to make, certainly within this context, but especially coming from a guy who's the former director of the FBI, a guy who spent most of his career prosecuting mobsters and gangsters, people who know and execute other humans, and use this exact lingo of 86. Comey himself admitted in his follow-on message that he knew that this was a political statement. Well, the only reason he knew that, Jesse, was because a little over a month ago, a bunch of anti-Trump, anti-Elon Musk protesters were proliferating the use of this 8647 slogan, which was a veiled call to action to murder the sitting president of the United States. So for Comey to think that we, the American people, are so stupid as to think that he, as a former FBI director, former prosecutor, and someone who clearly pays attention to what's going on, would believe his lie that he didn't know what this actually was calling for. The dangerousness of this, Jesse, cannot be underestimated. When we have 2 assassination attempts on the president's life, when we have people who look to guys like Comey, who've been celebrated by MSNBC and the Democrat elite and CNN as the beacon of integrity, the law and order guy, the guy who would tell the truth no matter what the consequences. This is the guy who's issuing a hit on President Trump, the president that the American people voted for. So it's guys like Comey and others who call the president the modern day Nazi, people who are in great positions of influence, who are saying that President Trump poses an existential threat to our country. These are people who hate democracy and hate the American people because they cannot stand that the people overwhelmingly chose to elect Donald Trump and send him back to the White House. So they are seeking other means to get their way and to try to remove him from that position.
How serious is the administration taking this, and what are the next steps going to be?
We're taking this very seriously. As you mentioned, the Department of Homeland Security, and specifically Sean Curran, the current Secret Service.
Let's be honest. As much as I adore Tulsi Gabbard and I trust she does her job well, nothing is going to happen because the Republican Party and the Republican leaders are so limp-wristed and limped all the way through. No low T. They all have low T. They just betas have been letting the Democrats get away with this shit for years, letting them do all of this illegal shit and say nothing because they're just as bad. So, Cuomo getting arrested, I doubt it hardly. I doubt it.
This director, a man who has been willing to lay down his life as the lead of President Trump's Secret Service detail for years now. He takes this seriously and is leading the investigation into this threat. There has to be accountability for this. There was a Rutgers study that just came out a little over a month ago, Jesse, that asked respondents their view on these calls to assassinate President Trump. And over 55% of respondents felt that murdering President Trump would be, quote unquote, somewhat justified. This is the effect of people like James Comey doing this kind of stuff. This study also pointed out that there is a quote-unquote assassination culture that is starting to take over the views of what they call the extreme left. We, the American people, cannot take this lightly. Whatever your politics, we cannot allow people to get by without being held accountable for this kind of public call to assassinate.
It's all well and good, but it's just words. Until we see a perp walk, actual handcuffs, physical charges, and bail set, no plea deal because he doesn't deserve it with all the Russia gate that he incited. We want arrests. We are tired of waiting. It's been over 100 days. Where are the arrests for the criminals that are in the Senate, in Congress, all the elites that have been breaking laws, flagrantly breaking laws, that we as the common folk, if we did that, would be in prison? I mean, fuck, you guys locked up Martha Stewart for insider trading, but let Nancy Pelosi do it for 30 fucking years. Are you kidding me? Words.
The President of the United States.
Do you believe that Comey is goading you guys to come after him because he wants to be a political martyr? He wants to be set up so he can say, oh, look, we were right. Donald Trump is a dictator. They're coming after me. They're arresting me. They're interrogating me. I was just using my free speech.
You know, whatever his intent, I will tell you that there is a guy in Georgia who is issuing threats on my life about a month ago, and he's in jail today. He has been indicted with the crime as he should have been, and he is in jail as we speak. So whatever James Comey...
Yeah, but whatever James Comey does, we're never going to see the perp walk. He's never going to actually be charged with anything because he, like the rest of you guys, are the elite. And the rules for thee, but not for me. If I had put 8647, took a picture of it and posted it, I would have the Secret Service at my door arresting me and putting me in prison. And by rights, they should. Because that's the law. But because this guy was a government official and high-ranking government official at that, ne'er damn thing is going to be done. No justice will be served. And this will continue. Stop fucking lying. Actually put some fucking handcuffs on some fucking people and let's get it done.
Comey intent. He and people like him need to be held to account according to the law, which is something that he claims to have given his life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do. any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassinations.
Oh, come on. I'm very concerned about the president's life, but, it is Cuomo, and we're not really going to do anything to him because he's an elitist, and the rules for us are different. We're going to get a stern talking to, and that's it. That's all that's going to happen. Yeah, I would like to throw him in jail, but yeah, he belongs in jail, but we're going to see where the investigation goes, which means not one thing's going to be done about it. He's going to just get a stern talking to, and the world will continue to turn on his retarded access for the rest of whatever's left of this life.
Assassination attempts. I'm very concerned for his life, and James Comey, in my view, should be held accountable and put behind bars for this.
Director Gabbard, thank you so much.
So what all did she say? Not a fucking thing. She did not say we are heading to his house. We are going to arrest him. He's going to serve.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city.
He's going to serve time for his behavior. We're not going to tolerate this. Any threat to the president's life will be handled with the full backing of the law. He is no one special, and we are going to arrest him right now because that's what he did. That's what he deserves. He doesn't deserve the kit gloves and the stern talking to that he's about to receive. No, he is going to be dragged out in handcuffs. We're going to perp walk him, take him down to a prison cell, lock him up, and then interrogate him as to what his intentions were once we get him to the police station. None of that is going to happen. But if we did that, if someone like us, lone schmo, did something like that, holy hell, the outrage. Our doors would be kicked in. Our weapons would be confiscated. We would be arrested. No stern talking to in our home. No, we would be dragged out of our home, perp walked in front of all the press so they could get their little win and say we did something to Joe Schmo while Comey gets a talking to. It's such a double standard. And, I really thought that by putting Trump in and Tulsi Gabbard and RFK and really had my hopes set on Bongino and Patel. I really thought Patel and Bongino would clean out the FBI, the Secret Service, and all of them, the CIA. I thought they would clean them out and get rid of all of these dug-in ticks of chaos out of our government, but nothing's been done. Nothing. They promised day one they were going to put out the black book. We didn't get shit. Promised day one we'd get the whatever information they had on the Epstein killing. We haven't got shit. Day one, Epstein files were going to be released. We haven't gotten shit. They've done nothing but play games, political games. They're all dirty. Fuck them.